Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Fantastic Four, issue number 6. This is going to be the first issue in the Heralds of Doom. Dan Slott is the writer, Aaron Cooter is the artist, Marty Gracia, and Eric Arcianega are on colors. The letterers, VC's Joe Caramonga, Isad Ribic did the cover, and a couple other variant covers out there, Alex Ross Filnoto and Pascal Ferry. And, why doesn't it say, why don't I see it saying, oh, there we go, all the way at the bottom. Fantastic Four is created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. You goddamn well better, man. Okay. Oh, and Carlos Lau did the designs, which are beautiful designs. So we got a new character in here. Apparently, this character appeared first in issue number 1 of Fantastic Four. Not the original, but this volume. So, you know, a couple issues ago. But not in this form. The new power cosmically charged Victorious. So a play on Dr. Victor Von Doom, this character with cosmic powers that Dr. Doom created. Really? That's what we decided on? You sat down, you thought it out, and you're like, okay, you know what? I've decided that Victorious will be the name of this new character because, wow. That's one of those names that if it weren't Dan Slott, I'd probably think this person is completely out of touch. Because, wow, what a dumb name. Sorry. All that being said, I like that it seems so far that this Galactus is actually the real Galactus. He's drawn to be, or not drawn, excuse me, the art in here is absolutely spectacular. My God, man. Like, what did I do to deserve this impressive art? I don't know. Anyway, the servitors are sent to self-destruct upon impact of Galactus, and Galactus by himself, like, he sends Victorious to go and stop the Fantastic Four. It may seem like that's vainglorious, but at the same time, I wish it were explained, but I think, in my head canon at least, I understand it to be that when you've got an army and you're in charge of an army, any other army that comes in, even if it's as small as 4 people, like, you know, half of a squad, all right, like one team of a squad, then it can completely throw your plans out of whack. You know what I'm saying? There can't be 2 cooks in a kitchen, or chefs at least. There can't be 2 chefs. There can only be 1 master cook, all right, 1 leader in any army. So I understand the idea of go get rid of them. But it turns out that there seems to have been a more sinister plan involved. Again, I'm not going to get over this anytime soon. The idea that Victor Von Doom went from this very introspective, thought-provoking, philosophical character who is in love, and he has a child being born somewhere with a woman who he fell in love with, and just, dude, he was a really incredible, well-laid-out character, and he went back to being this silly parody of what we used to read back in the day, you know? Saying, I'm Victor Von Doom, I am the greatest, I can do this, that, and the other thing, does not make you Victor Von Doom, all right? Victor Von Doom is at first was a lot like Boba Fett. He was drawn amazingly and just like awesome. But it wasn't until he became the dictator of, when it was revealed that he was the dictator of, they thought up the idea of making him the ruler of Latveria. That all sounds like, oh, sweet. But at first he's just some jackass who's running around in armor around New York City, like chasing people down and stuff like that. And it's like, this is dumb. You go back and read those original, you know, Fantastic Four comic books, and Victor Von Doom is just a really shallow character. But all of a sudden they gave him the domain, the rulership over this fictitious country, Latveria, and it's like, oh wow, that's cool, it makes sense. And yes it does. Here though, this is just a parody of that. This doesn't feel like a real dangerous Dr. Doom or a really smart Dr. Doom. Oh, he walked right into my plan. Yeah, I guess. But Reed Richards is more pompous than he's ever been, and I don't see any real intelligence out of him. Nothing actually feels scientific. It just feels like it's plot, you know? Mr. Fantastic used to be the smartest man in the Marvel Universe. Now he's, you know, or at least in, you know, on Earth, Marvel Earth, right? Now he's just the most pompous, and there's just reasons why, I'm going to make this machine that's going to do such and such and such because it's cool for the story. Seriously? That's what we've been reduced to? Sorry. So Johnny Storm is now more shallow than he's ever been, and more shallow than I've ever read him before. He's fighting this Herald of Doom, Victorious, with this dumb name, who does this not very well thought out name, and he's just like, you're hot. You like my hair? Really? Like, you like my hair? You have to read Johnny Storm's voice in a Valley Girl accent in order to really understand what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we could fight. Or, I can, like, have sex with you. Like, Wow. Wow. She likes my hair, guys. She said I got perfect hair. Oh, my God. Ben Grimm is a straight bully. Because first of all, everybody's just dumb. Everybody forgets they've got powers, man. Susan Storm, she's falling. She's like, honey, can you turn into a parachute and catch me? Susan Storm can make, first off, she can make invisible discs that float on air because, it's a psychic ability. It's basically telekinesis that she has, but it's a ridiculously powerful form of telekinesis that surpasses anything that even Miss Marvel, Jean Grey, what Jean Grey's capable of doing. She's that impressively powerful. She can make discs that fly, so she can fly, No, she can also make columns, the invisible columns that go all the way up, and then she can, it can absorb her fall, and then bring her down slowly or fast, however she wants to. She can make a force field that'll cushion her completely and just, boom and boom and bounce away. Or she can make like a pillow, an invisible force field pillow on the ground that she can land on from pretty much any height. Boom, I'm fine. So, but she needs her husband to turn into a freaking parachute. Really? And the thing, he's left to just curl up into a ball, cannonball, and fall down on the ground all by himself, potentially causing an earthquake. It only wrecks a fence. It comes really close to killing this woman and destroying her house and killing all of her goats. This poor woman in Latveria. He crushes the fence. The goats turn up missing. They're like flying all over the place. And she comes out and she's rightfully pissed off at this bonehead. Sure, it's made of stone, but this rock head. And he's just like, shut up, lady. Like, are you kidding me right now? I'm sorry. I know that it says Fantastic Four on the cover, but I haven't found the Fantastic Four. I kind of get that this is supposed to be Dr. Doom a little bit, but this feels like fan fiction at this point. This feels like someone, I'm sorry, this is such an insult out of my mouth, but I feel like this is just a really big fan who's writing this comic book, and some totally awesome artist came along and was like, I'm going to put pictures to your fanfic, dude. That's what this feels like. If this video gets back to Dan Slott, I am sorry for being so hard on this comic book. But what the hell is this guy writing right now? These don't feel like the Fantastic Four members. They just don't. So basically things happen in the comic book because things happen in the comic book. Dan Slott needs these things to happen in the comic book for his story to continue. And part of that was having all these things that happen in the comic book because Victor Von Doom needs them to happen for his master plan to happen. And I'm sure that freaking Reed Richards has some kind of a master plan somewhere, somehow, with his pompous ass. Galactus doesn't act like Galactus. Look, a lot of fans were pissed off when Donny Cates in that one Thanos story where it told the origin for Cosmic Ghost Rider, because they had Galactus like bleeding all over the place. He's like, help me, help me, like that. And it's like, wow, you just made Galactus a total, sissy, dude. Like, I've read the comic books. I felt very similar also. But at least it's a crazy Frank Castle as Ghost Rider story, So it's whatevs. It's a possible future timeline. But this is our current. And him running around, you destroyed my regulators. Now I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. I have no control. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Are you annoyed that I keep on saying that? Because Galactus keeps on saying that. Sorry, where did these regulators come from? I've never seen them in the comic books before. Where did these regulators come from? Hey, you know what? Maybe I missed an issue. Maybe I'm not a really big comic book fan, and I haven't read that issue where it's like he's got these floating hunger regulators hanging around just going, hey, man, we're going to make sure that you don't feel hunger. Oh, you hunger, but we're going to make sure that we don't, allow you to be super duper hungry where all you can think of. Like, this guy doesn't even get hangry. This isn't like a Snickers commercial where you just be like, hey, big guy, here's a giant sized Snickers. Really sad. You're not yourself when your regulators are destroyed. This does not feel like a Fantastic Four comic book. It doesn't feel like Galactus. Doesn't feel like Dr. Doom. I don't know who the hell this Victorious person is, but I'm not impressed. This was supposed to be a big thing. Marvel has been talking this up in a big way. Heralds of Doom, oh my God. So I'm really thoroughly disappointed with this comic book. This is the third comic book I've read tonight. And I haven't, and right now, I'm so disappointed with everything that I'm reading that I genuinely feel as if maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe somehow, like, I got sick before, and maybe it turned off my love of comics gene or something, and now I just don't like comic books anymore. And God, I hope that's not the case. These first 3 issues, man, have been thoroughly disappointing. Damn it, dude. What the hell is happening? Anyway, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.